All right, gentlemen, 5, 4, 3.
Hi, I'm Mike McCormick here at the GBTA broadcast studio in Toronto. I'm here with Jake Cefolia from United Airlines. Jake, welcome.
Thank you, appreciate you having us.
So exciting times as always in the industry and certainly in business travel. So tell me a little bit about what's happening with United and what you see happening in the marketplace today.
Well, I think we're in kind of a unique time, certainly in my career in the airline business, because demand has been so strong on the business travel side, and it really has been strong in all entities and all sectors. And so that is unique. We've never had an experience where it's strong internationally and domestically,
right.
And so it's certainly a tailwind that we're quite enjoying. Now, obviously, it's hard to say a blanket statement that things are great everywhere. There are certain pockets of weakness, and one in Canada would be the oil and gas sector, and Western Canada is still struggling to come back. But by and large, we're enjoying a great demand environment.
Well, and so what's great for the airline business is it also gives you money to reinvest, right? Because when you have a long-term view that still looks healthy and backed with, where, like you said, where the economy and where it's been, where's United putting its money? What products are you investing in? What do we look forward to as travelers?
Yeah, you're right, and it is one of those things that is also fairly unique in my 20 plus years, is that we do have those.
We've seen some rough times in there.
That we have.
Yes.
That we have. And so we are investing that back into really a customer experience. And so we think the biggest, on the business travel side, the biggest component of customer experience is the efficiency of travel. And so the ability to get out to their meeting and back most efficiently, meaning fewer stops, time of day coverage on the schedule, opening up markets that are closer to where people are doing business, all are really the most important product attributes from a customer standpoint in the business travel world. And so the big part of our investment this year, and really over the next 3 years, is going to be in the network. And so we've announced a fairly aggressive expansion in our network. We're going to be growing 4 to 6% every year over the next 3 years, and that's going to help business travelers just be more efficient in their travel for all those reasons. Better time of day coverage, bigger aircraft, more service to markets.
Yeah.
Also investing in products, and we've got the big Polaris business class
right.
launch, which is gaining particular momentum this year. We've got one plane a week coming out with the retrofit of the new seats. We're going to be opening 4 new lounges this year. In fact, San Francisco is our next big one that's opening up here on April 30th. And so big product investments, but I think what's going to be most noticeable to customers is that network expansion.
Yeah, I was going to say, because in tough times, what people don't appreciate, in down market times, you have to do things with the gauge, the aircraft you're using, scheduling, which, you feel it as travelers, but you don't necessarily, can't point to it as like the same way you can like a seat or like
right.
a product improvement in that way. But when that comes back, that's a huge difference, particularly for the business travel.
It really is,
yeah.
And that's what we sell on in the business travel world.
Right.
We sell on network, and so
right.
our ability to prove to customers that our network fits better than the next best alternative, that's real productivity for those travelers who are out
yep.
there traveling. And so it may not be as sexy as the seats in the lounges, but it is critical to how we sell, and it matters to customers.
Yeah. So around the service and certainly brand, you've had some tougher, high profile situations. I'd say more than your fair share than certainly the brand would like in the marketplace. What do you do in that, when those happen? Like, how does that impact, how you operate, how you deal with the business travel community?
Yeah, no, thanks for asking. And we clearly haven't been alone in that there have been a lot of high profile issues for all the airlines. I would agree, we've probably had more than our fair share. And every single one of those is regrettable on the impact it has on a customer. Yep. And certainly we don't want anybody to be treated with anything other than care, respect, and courtesy. And so it is very disheartening when something like that happens. And there's no margin for error in this day and age, because everybody is a reporter, everybody's got a phone, and they're not reluctant to use them and to share them with all their friends.
Oh,
so
no, nothing, there's no secrets.
There's
right?
no secret.
No.
But that's not an excuse. It's just a reality.
Yep.
And so I think the best way to face that reality ultimately is not through policy or procedure or through a PR or communications effort. The best way to address it is to have 85,000 people who genuinely care for our customer and want to genuinely do the right thing to take care of our customer. And that's about culture.
Right.
And so that really is what we're embarking on to address this, is saying, make sure that every one of our service providers have the tools and are empowered and really given the guidance to just do the right thing by the customer above all else. Safety obviously always is first in the airline business, but number 2 is care and concern for our customer. And that's a culture change that I think we can get through pretty quickly, and we're going to be doing training of all 85,000 employees this year on it's an internal program, it's called the Core 4, and it does exactly that. It says safety first, but after safety, the next most important thing to do is to care for your customer. And we're actually going to even eliminate the word policy from our vocabulary relative to customer interactions. There are no policies, there are guidelines. And the most important thing, though, is to just be empathetic and take care of the customer. And I think that over time will help just prevent these occurrences from happening in the first place.
It sounds very fundamental, but when you're talking about 85,000 employees and then an expanded network of all the other support, contractors, services, everything, you're talking about touching hundreds of thousands of people that have to be aware, right?
Yeah.
And be in that same cultural mindset.
Absolutely.
Not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy,
Yeah.
but it is something that it's important enough. We're going to stay the course on it. We're going to get it done. It is exactly right.
So looking out for business travel, when we're sitting here this time next year, what will we be talking about? What do you see? What are the next big issues?
I really think it's already started, but I think we're going to continue to see an acceleration and expansion of more segmentation on the basis of product attributes.
Right.
And so in the old days, we would always segment customers on the basis of behavior. And business travelers, we knew, needed flexibility in their tickets. We knew often we're not going to plan ahead and we're going to have to book tickets late, that they wanted to be home on the weekends. And so we were pricing for that level of convenience that we're offering business travelers on the basis of the behavior attributes. Those days are really going away, and really the next phase is going to be segmenting on the basis of product attributes, which really is, if you think about it, is more fair because it says you get what you pay for. And if you're willing to pay for that highest level of experience, ours is Polaris, then you're going to get a good sleep, you're going to get lie flat, you're going to get privacy, you're going to get lounges and pre-flight dining, you're going to get a really top drawer experience.
Right.
If all you want is transportation from point A to point B and are not as concerned about a bag or what seat you're sitting in, we've got basic economy. And there are going to be more segments between there, I think, as you go. We're already seeing it with many other airlines, but those segments are going to be based on product attributes. And we did announce we're going to be rolling out an international premium economy. That's going to start in late summer this year. And so that's just kind of the next iteration of segmentation by product attributes. So a little bit better than the Economy Plus. It's going to have some additional leg room. It's going to have more recline on the seat. It's going to have a better meal and beverages. And so again, there's going to be a segment of the population that are willing to pay for that, and they're going to get what they pay for.
Well, again, Jake, thanks for joining us here in the studio. I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA Broadcast Studio with Jake Cefolia from United Airlines.